Hey guys, so here's your guys' Math 3 spring practice final, okay, for year 21-22. So I'm gonna make this into 3 videos, I think, 14 problems each for a grand total of 42 problems in total, okay? So number 1, this is your guys' adding and subtracting rational functions. So the trick for this one is you guys have to get this expression to be one singular denominator. So you look at the denominators, you guys, and you have to get both denominators to be the same. So on this side, we're going to multiply this side by v plus 1. We're going to multiply this side by v minus 1. So both of these now will have the same common denominator of v minus 1 times v plus 1, but then on top, if you guys recall, you gotta distribute this 4 to both. You guys gotta distribute this 2 to both. So we're actually gonna have 4 times v for 4v, 4 times negative 1, which is negative 4, 2 times v, which is plus 2v, and 2 times 1, which is plus 2. And then we just combine like terms, and up top we're gonna get 2v plus 4v is 6v, and negative 4 plus 2 is minus 2. All over v minus 1, v plus 1. So the correct answer would have been C. Correct answer would have been C. Number 2, again, I'm probably going to move this. We got to get same common denominators, you guys. So I see on this side, it's missing a 5m minus 2, so we're going to multiply the top and bottom, and on this side it's missing the 2m minus 3, so multiply top and bottom by 2m minus 3. So again, we're going to get the same common denominators of 5m minus 2 times 2m minus 3, and up top we gotta distribute this 2 to both of those, and we gotta distribute, now don't forget that negative sign. That's a careless error, you guys. Gotta bring the negative sign with the 2. So negative 2 times here and negative 2 times there. So 2 times 5m is 10m. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Negative 2 times 2m is negative 4m, and negative 2 times negative 3, positive 6. Combine like terms, 10m minus 4m is gonna give you guys 6m, and then negative 4 plus 6, you guys, that's positive 2. All over 5m minus 2 times 2m minus 3. So our answer is gonna be B. Our answer is going to be B. Number 3. So with number 3, you guys, when you multiply or when you guys divide, you guys gotta factor out everything and then cancel from top and from bottom. So here we can factor out a 2 from both to get m plus 10. Can't do anything with that. Right here, you guys, you can factor out a 4 from the 4 and 24 and the m from both terms. So we're going to get m minus 6. And right here, you guys, it's been a while, but it's your x method. What 2 things multiply to the top to get you negative 42, but when added gives you guys 1. That is 7 and negative 6. So m plus 7 times m minus 6. And then you guys cancel from top and bottom. You guys cancel from top and bottom. M minus 6 cancel. M plus 10 cancels off with the m plus 10, and that's about it. 4m times 2m, that's 8m, all over m plus 7. And that's going to be B. Number 4, okay, first of all, there's division. So that means you guys need to take the reciprocal and flip that whole side. So gonna rewrite everything, but then we're gonna make this multiplication and we're gonna flip this. So v squared minus 8v minus 20 up top and then the v squared minus 16v plus 60 all on the bottom. And now it's time to factor. Now we gotta factor out everything and cancel everything from top and bottom. So this, we're gonna get v minus 6 times v minus 2. Here we can factor out a 9 to get v minus 2. Here we can x method that to get v minus 10 times v plus 2. And then here, you guys, we can factor that to get v minus 10 times v minus 6. And then we cancel from top and bottom. The v minus 10, the pairs, right? V minus 6 cancel, v minus 2 cancel. So all we got left is v plus 2 up top and 9 on the bottom, which is A. All right? So there's those 4. Okay, now we got here. So here, when you guys do equations, so first you guys gotta factor everything on the bottom. So this could be k minus 2 times k minus 1. Okay, now you guys have to multiply by the LCD so that when we multiply the whole entire equation, all of the denominators disappear. So that means we should multiply everything by k minus 2 and k minus 1. So you guys multiply these two together, the k minus 2's cancel, so all that's left is k minus 1 times 1, which is just k minus 1. Equals, so when you guys multiply this to this, the k minus 2 and k minus 1 cancel, so all we're left with is 1 up top. So this is going to be equals 1. And then this times this, you guys, the k minus 1's cancel, so all that's left is k minus 2 times k plus 1. And then we simplify, so first we gotta do a double distribution there. K squared plus k minus 2k minus 2. Combine like terms on the right hand side, which is k squared minus k minus 1. And then we get everything, set the whole equation equal to 0, so I'm going to move everything to the left hand side. 0 equals k squared minus 2k, and that's about it. So we factor this, and we can factor out a k, and then we get set the equation equals to 0. So k's got to equals to 0, or k's got to equals to 2. Now here's the thing though, and I forgot to do this at the beginning. At the beginning, you have to state what k cannot be. What value of k would make this 0, and what value of k would make that 0? Well, k cannot be 1, or it can't be 2. But everybody, look what answer we got. K cannot be 2, so your only answer is k is equals to 0. That is what we call an extraneous solution. So there's number 5. Number 6. Again, we should factor both of these. Factor out all your denominators. So that's r plus 4 times r plus 1. R plus 4 times r plus 1. So let's write down what r can't be. So r can't be negative 1 or it can't be negative 4, because that would make both of these become 0, which is not allowed because you can't have a 0 in the denominator. So multiply everything by the LCD, which is r plus 4 times r plus 1. And again, the reason why we're multiplying by the LCD is so that we're getting rid of all of the denominators. So r plus 4 times this, you guys, all of these cancel, so all that's left is the 10r plus 5 up top. Next, r plus 4 times this, you guys, well, r plus 4 times r plus 1, they all cancel again, so that equals to just 1. This times this, you guys, the r plus 1's cancel, and all we're left with is negative r minus 6 times r plus 4. So let's simplify this. So first we gotta distribute all this stuff. 10r plus 5 equals 1 minus still r squared plus 4r minus 6r minus 24. 10r plus 5 equals 1 minus, all this still in parentheses, r squared minus 2r minus 24. And now, let's finally distribute this negative to all of that. 10r plus 5 equals 1 minus r squared plus 2r plus 24. And the only thing we can combine on the right hand side, you guys, is that 5, is that 1, and that 24 to make 25. So I'm going to move everything to the left hand side, you guys, because I don't like my leading degree to be negative. So I'm going to add r squared to this side. I'm going to minus 2r from both sides, and I'm going to minus 25 to both sides, because all of these will cancel, right? R squared plus 8r minus 20 is all equals to 0. And now let's factor this using x method. So r plus 10 to r minus 2 equals 0. So r is got to equal to 2, and r is got to equal to negative, or r is got to equal to negative 10, and r is got to equal to 2. So as long as r is not any of those, we are perfectly fine. So the answer is, that should be under 2, should be A. R is equals to negative 10, and r is equals to 2. Alright, so let's get to this. Now, this has to do with graphing rational functions. So first, we gotta find horizontal asymptote. So remember, there's 3 scenarios for finding horizontal asymptote. The first one is, if the degree of the numerator is bigger than the degree of the denominator, then that means you will not have a horizontal asymptote. It's going to be none. If the numerator's degree is equals to the denominator's degree, your guys' horizontal asymptote is y is equals to the coefficients of the highest degree in the denominator and numerator. But then if the numerator's degree is less than the denominator's degree, then that means the horizontal asymptote is y is equals to 0. There's 3 cases to find your horizontal asymptote. So for number 7, they got the same degree. So that means your horizontal asymptote gotta be the coefficients of those. 1 over negative 1, which is simply just negative 1. So that's A. Again, you are comparing the degrees. 8, the degree of the variable up top is 0 because there is no variable, and the degree on the bottom is 2. Well, the denominator's degree is bigger than the numerator, you guys, which means the horizontal asymptote is y is equals to 0. So that's how you guys find the horizontal asymptote. For the whole, so to find your guys' whole, you need to factor out everything and cancel. And if you have a cancellation, then you set what you canceled equal to 0, and that's how you guys find your whole. So for example, 9. First rule is you should factor out everything. X minus 4 times x plus 2 all over x times x minus 3. Well, if you take a look, you guys, does anything cancel? No, nothing cancels out from top and bottom, which means you don't have a whole. You only got a whole if you could cancel from top and from bottom. Number 10. So we got a factor, so I'm going to factor out a 2 first from the top, and factor out this using x method, x minus 3 times x plus 1. So we can still factor out the top, you guys, because on the top, if we do the x method of this, that's going to be x minus 3 and x plus 2. So we can cancel something from top and bottom, which is x minus 3. And remember, to find your whole, you set what we canceled, which was x minus 3, equals to 0. And if we solve for x, the whole is going to be at x is equals to 3. For vertical asymptote, so again, you have to factor out everything, cancel, and then set the denominator equals to 0. So for this one, we can certainly factor out a negative 3 from the bottom to get x plus 2. So nothing cancels, that's fine. So now, to find vertical asymptote, you set the denominator equals to 0. This can't be 0, so really we're just seeing what value of x would make that 0, and it would be at negative 2. So your vertical asymptote right there, you guys, is negative 2. But again, you must factor out everything just in case something might cancel. Here, this is a factoring of difference of squares, you guys. So x plus 1 times x minus 1 all over x method, x plus 4 times x plus 1. So everything's factored, but look, the x plus 1's cancel. So because that's the case, that will be a whole, but we're interested in a vertical asymptote, which is setting the denominator equals to 0. The x value of the vertical asymptote is at x equals negative 4. So again, you have to factor out everything, you guys, because sometimes it will cancel. And if it does cancel, that means it cannot be a vertical asymptote. That is what we call a whole. 13, finding your x-intercept. So again, we have to factor out everything. Since there's a leading coefficient right there for the numerator, we gotta factor out a negative 1 first. X method, x minus 2 times x minus 1. And on the top, we can still factor that, you guys, which is negative 1 times x minus 3 times x minus 1 all over x minus 2 times x minus 1. And as you can see, the x minus 1's cancel, so we just got that. And to find the x-intercept, you set the numerator equals to 0. And the only x value that would make that 0, you guys, is if x is equals to 3, which is C. Okay, last problem for this video. Again, to find your guys' x-intercept, you first need to factor out everything. Nothing cancels, so now we just set the numerator equals to 0. X times x plus 1 equal to 0. X gotta equal to 0, or x gotta equals to negative 1, which is B. So again, there's 3 parts to this review, so, continue to work, and let me know if you guys have any questions in class or after school tutoring, okay? Good luck, everyone. Keep on moving on.